That's it. This is it.
This is it. Jamaica. From here to grave. Real.
This is it, man.
Last.
This is it.
Last Mohican. And there murmured all the congregation of the children of Israel against Moses and against Aaron in the wilderness. He said they murmured. To murmur, it means to complain. And they was complaining against what? Against Moses and Aaron.
Their teachers, their guide.
Against them.
Their teachers and their guide. You see the same thing today. See the same thing today. Nigga never know. Nigga never know nothing until he met you. And he met you and got educated. Now he above his breeches. Go on me and talk that junk. I'm not fire out of here.
And they murmured against Aaron and Moses. What do they mean by murmuring? They talked against. They talked opposite. They talked against what Moses and Aaron did. Talked against them. Complained against them. He said what? Verse 3.
And the children of Israel said unto them, would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord.
Chapter 16.
Verse 3.
I said, read. What
And
the
the children
God
of
that
Israel
we had died by the hand of the Lord?
in the land of Egypt.
That's blasphemy. Say, man, we should have died in Egypt.
They just killed us.
We should have just killed us there.
Get it
So
over.
why you go and bring us here for? He said, what you bring us here for? He said, in the land of Egypt,
When we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full, for ye have brought us forth.
He said, man, it would have been better if we stayed in Egypt, because at least we had food here. That's what they say. At least we was able to eat. Man, forget about everything that went down in Egypt. At least we had food when we wanted to eat. Now you go and walk us and take us all the way in the air to a place where there's no civilization. Nothing growing. This is where you're taking us. But these people, we would say, oh, yeah, okay, I understand. There's no Moses. But you seen the glory of God. You seen this work. You see everything that went down that God did for you. And that alone should have built your trust and said, listen, that should have built your trust already. They seen God's glory. And most people that seen the glory of God and seen him at work, he deal with them harsh. Very harsh. Because I didn't deal with you this way. So I'm not expecting this. The people who God deals with and show himself to, he's gonna expect more from this one or from that one. The ones I showed myself to, than the one that I didn't ever show myself to. You don't know nothing. I never expected too much of you. He said, but you said, you see my glory. You see my works. You see You see my works. You see my glory. And this is what.
Not stay there for more than a week. I felt God fixing my chest. Pounding my chest, slapping my chest. I got things going on. Like a rock. Holding my chest, sore like a rock. And he stayed that way for about a week, right?
A week you stayed there.
So I broke off from him. Because at least I know he loved me. But if he didn't love me, he would have killed me. For doing that shit. For doing that, and that shot at me, he would kill me. He killed me, pound me off my chest, and gave me a knock. And I know that's love. So guess what? The love that I have for people, my children, my woman, I gotta snatch that back. For I ain't got too much love left. I gotta snatch it back and scoop it up and give it to who? God. What I'm trying to do, I give them all. love. Men give their love to women, right?
Right.
But the woman you give the love to is your mother. You give it to another woman like that, you vex her.
Okay.
A woman that secretes pus and blood once a month. Like a lobster. Come on. I don't want to start talking like that. They can have women she drained like a lobster. A lobster got drainage. All women got drainage. Separate O's. Drainage. Like lobsters and crabs. Nigga do all. You know what you do? Lobster juice. Crab juice. Give your love to God, man. He's not gonna flip on you, he's not gonna turn on you. You give it to anybody else, your children, your sons, your daughters, your woman, they're gonna flip on you just like you. Give it to God and he'll never flip on you. Never. He get you and deliver you out of trouble. You never flip on you. You give it to your woman, you love your wife like that, there'll be time where she probably get mad at you. Get mad at you. When God gets mad at you because you don't bite it, it's lost on you. So the woman gets mad at you just because you don't play fiddle. It's not good. No lawyer. It's not good. Love God, man.
Verse 2. The whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said unto them, would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord the land of Egypt, for we sat by the flesh pot, for we did eat bread to the full, for ye have brought us forth into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger.
He said, man, you brought the whole assembly and wilderness to kill everybody.
Yeah.
What are you doing bringing us in here? There's no trees bearing no fruits.
No.
I don't see no deers. I don't see no oxen. I don't see no sheep. We're the only ones roaming this area. So you're trying to kill us. So you're trying to kill us, Moses, with this. Why you bring us here? Some sheep.
You could brain never thinking that. You know what I mean, God?
Right.
They never thinking that. They don't know God. They don't even know this man Moses. To bring him to the people, they can't be. They don't know God. Joshua wasn't like that, though. Joshua. People that came out of Egypt, they only lived 400-some years.
Then said the Lord unto Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law.
All right. I'm gonna rain bread for you from heaven, and the people shall go out and they shall gather. They shall gather the portion of every day in this day, in order that I may try them, whether they will walk in my law or not. He said, so now I'm going to rain manna from heaven. He said, by me doing this act, by this happening, he said, I'm going to try you guys to see if you're going to walk with me or not going to walk with me. Read.
And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day, they shall prepare that which they bring in.
He shall prepare, shall provide, shall arrange what they bring in, that it shall be twice as much as what they gather day by day. To prepare, provide, and arrange. So now we're going to find out, when do we do these things? Read. This is on the 6th day. He said, but don't, read.
And it shall be twice as much as they gather daily.
Right.
And Moses said,
when the sun sets, when the sun goes down, it is the Sabbath day. This is a rest day dedicated to God, dedicated to the Most High God. You're not going to find the manna in the field to go and prepare or provide or arrange or to gather. Okay, read.
And Moses and Aaron said unto all the children of Israel, at even then ye shall know that the Lord hath brought you out from the land of Egypt. And in the morning, then ye shall see the glory of the Lord. But that he heareth your murmuring.
He heard your murmuring. I heard you complaining. That's all you do is complain and complain. Read.
And what are we that ye murmur against us?
He said, what's me? I ain't nothing. He said, what you murmuring against me for? I ain't the one that did all this. Go ahead, read.
And Moses said, this shall be when the Lord shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, in the morning bread to the full. But that the Lord heareth your murmuring.
He said, God done heard your complaining. He done heard your murmurings, which you murmur against him. You ain't murmuring against Moses and Aaron. Your complaining is against God. We have to be careful. Be careful with what we complain about. We gotta be careful with what we complain about. Complaining about things that has to do with God and His laws. Now you're out of line. It's not with me. Because these ain't my laws. It ain't me you disagree with. Because these are not my laws. You disagreeing is with God and His commandments. I disagree with this. I disagree with that. I disagree with the other. And people are not afraid to voice these things out of their mouth. But I ain't got to voice it no more. Guess what? Your actions tell me that you disagree. Well, I ain't never voicing it, but your actions tell me you disagree with God. Your actions tell me you disagree with these laws. Come see.
And what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord. And Moses spake unto Aaron, saying unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, come near before the Lord, for he hath heard your murmurings. And it came to pass, and Moses spake unto Aaron,
saying
unto all the congregation of the children.
He said, go to all the congregation of the children of Israel.
Come near before the Lord.
Come near, before God.
For he hath heard your murmurings. And it came to pass, Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. When the Lord spake unto Moses,
causing them to come near. When they came near, the cloud, the glory of God came down in the cloud. So now they are standing before God. But they just can't see, they don't see him. All they see is a cloud and the glory of God in the cloud. Read.
I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel.
And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, while they standing there before the glory of God, they hear God speaking. And I heard what?
I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel.
I heard y'all complaining, man. I heard the murmurings of the children of Israel.
Speak unto them, saying,
speak to them
at even.
At even.
Ye shall eat flesh.
He said, you're going to eat flesh.
And in the morning you shall be filled with bread. And you shall know that I am the Lord your God. And it came to pass that at even the quails came up and covered the camp. And in the morning the dew lay round about the host.
The quails, I have heard this, and I keep hearing it over and over and over and over. Quails are not chicken.
Thank you. Thank you.
Quails are not chicken.
Quails fly.
Number one, quails fly. Quails fly. And nowhere in the book states the clean birds. When you read Leviticus 11, all you run into, and they gave you, all you run into was unclean birds. Told you the birds these birds to stay away from. They never mentioned the clean birds. So how do we know that the chicken is clean? How do we know that the turkey is clean? I'm not going into the dinosaurs and T-Rex and that and this and that and this. How do we know that chicken is clean? Did God say it's clean? No. Some brothers, they say, yeah, God says it's clean. Show me where God said that the chicken is clean to eat. Nowhere in the book states and tells me that these birds are clean, turkey or chicken. So therefore, your best bet is to stay away from these birds. The only birds you should be consuming and eating are the birds that our forefathers used. It's pigeons, turtle doves, and quails. That's it. We shouldn't be eating no other bird. We shouldn't be eating no other bird because the Leviticus 11 did not state that chicken is clean.
No.
Okay.
So if it doesn't state that the chicken is clean, then it's only clean in your head.
Well, when
The
we in
chicken-
Egypt, chicken didn't even exist then.
That's right.
Chicken was a nigga from a cross,
That's
Very
right.
jungle fowl.
a jungle cross, a cross. That ain't turkey. Turkey Day's coming up soon, right?
Yeah, no, this month.
And look at it. Israel's gonna be eating.
Yeah.
But they do eat turkey to celebrate that. You know that?
That's right, dude.
What verse was that?
Oh, 13.
Hey,
13.
come on. I guess they got a mistake in there with the, I think it's in the Psalm, the one that moved in there in the first five, will speak about a Thanksgiving offering. Somebody can explain to these Negroes that they ain't talking about
They
that.
think you gotta do with that.
They ain't got nothing to do
With
with
Indians
this
and
coming up.
pilgrims.
Yeah, you know with that. Good, man.
Yeah, verse 13, right?
Yeah.
It says, Hekinu. It says, and it shall come to pass on the 6th day when they shall prepare. Hekinu means prepare, provide, or arrange. To arrange means to put into proper order or in the correct, suitable sequence. So the chairs has to be, there's nothing to be set up. Everything that has to be set up should be set up already from before the Shabbat came in.
That's right.
Because once I
That's right.
start to set things up and remove this and remove that and set this up, then I go into work. There goes the profanation of the Sabbath day. But people have the erroneous idea that by them removing chairs and setting this up and setting that up, they're not violators. They're not violators. All right? He said to put, to provide, to supply what is needed for sustenance or support,
That's
to
right.
supply for
That's
use,
right. That's right.
to prepare.
That's right.
Everything that has to be prepared is prepared already. Done. Everything that has to be prepared is prepared already. Why do you think God told them to gather double? Take two, take double. Because you ain't gonna find the manna in the field. To prepare it or to fix it or do whatever you want to do to it, do it now. Because you ain't gonna do it tomorrow. Come see.
When it came to pass that evening, the quails came up, and covered the camp. And in the morning, the dew lay round about the host. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoarfrost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, it is manna, but they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, this is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. This is the thing which the Lord had commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating. An omer for every man, according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tents. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, and some less.
Some more, some less.
And when they did meet it out with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over,
Right.
he that gathered little
had no less.
They gathered every man according to his eating.
Every man according to his eating. According to what suffice you, according to what you eat. Don't be greedy and gather more. Read.
And Moses said, let no man leave of it until the
Don't
morning.
leave it until the morning. Read.
Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses,
Uh-huh.
for some of them left it until the morning, and they bred worms and stank. And Moses was wroth with them.
Uh-huh.
And they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted. And it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread.
On the 6th day, they gathered double bread, twice as much. To gather means to bring together, means to pick up. To pick up little by little. To gather. Those are actions of work. That's why you don't notice when, let's say I spill my food, I'm not picking up the salad drop. I'm not doing those actions to pick up nothing. I'll kick it to the side. I'll kick it and move it to the side so it don't get walked on. But there's no Moses for me to ask or inquire of God. So I gotta do it just like the way it says. I gotta do it just like what the book says. Lest I do anything out of the order. Lest you do anything out of the order of what you read and you end up falling into sin. You end up breaking God's law. Because guess what? God put us in this state. God put you in this predicament to where there is no way to inquire or to find out certain things about the law. There is no prophets, there is no priest. In Israel, the so-called Israelites, we cause that on ourselves. Yeah, we cause that on ourselves. Without behaving with God. I didn't cause nothing. You know who caused that? Your forefathers. Your forefathers. See, the ancient forefathers, ancient forefathers, they set that off. They all set this off. Why you are in the predicament you are in now. Why we are in the predicament we are in now. Our forefathers set that off. And we love it. Because we refuse to hearken to God and follow his laws and do his laws, his commandments. So guess what happened? Guess what happened? We ended up migrating in captivity. And this over here, serving this one, serving this. We end up serving God, serving the idols of the nations. We end up doing everything except for serving God and doing his laws. So now what happened now? God don't want nothing to do with these people. He didn't want nothing to do with them. Nothing. Now we in the predicament we're in now. Come see.
And it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much, 2 omers for one man. All the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said.
Spoken.
Tomorrow is the
rest day
of the holy Sabbath.
A holy Sabbath to the Lord is tomorrow. Shabbaton. Shabbat means rest. Free from activity or labor. A state of motionless or inactivity. So guess what? When I go and visit your camp, I'm not leaving your camp to go visit this brother camp and then leave that brother camp to go to another camp and then leave. That's too much activity, man. That enough. We got to travel already to go to one camp. You go to one camp, you stay that camp. Why you got to leave there to go to this one? And you stay there, all right, brother, man, all right, see you later, now I'm going to go visit. You go to this one. That's not rest. He said,
Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon, Queens, Bronx. That's work. That's work. It ain't my words. That's what the book says. When you study the laws of God, you look up words and find out the meaning of these words so that you can keep yourself as close as possible to what the book says. It said free from activity or labor, a state of motionless or inactivity. What do you think God told the people? God, he said, listen, he said, I'm going to give you, he said, stay, that's right. He said, listen, I'm going to give you double. He said, get double. He said, do not come out of what? Don't come out of your tent.
Stay in there.
He said, stay in there. He said, don't come out here looking for no manna. You have no reason to come out. Stay there. People came out their tents looking for manna. And if they seen it, they would have gathered and picked it up and worked and profaned the Sabbath day. Yeah, they would have did it. Why do you think they went out there looking?
But they said no down.
No, it's not coming down. It says to cease from action or motion, to refrain from labor or motion. Labor is what? Moving around. Only on Shabbat. Pick the one day to go walk. So I've already had convocation already. And I had bad enough I had to travel. So when you get to the convocation, relax. Right after the teaching, I gotta get up, walk 20 blocks that way, walk 20 blocks back. Stop it. You working. Killing time. Not me. I ain't walking nowhere. Staying right here until Sabbath is done. I'm gonna walk all over Brooklyn. Come see.
And they laid it up till the morning, as Moses bade, and it did not stink. Neither was there any worm therein. And Moses said, eat that today, for today.
They eat that today. He said, because what?
It's a Sabbath.
Today is the Sabbath.
To the Lord.
To the Lord.
Today you shall not find it in the field.
You ain't gonna find it in the field. If you go out there, you're not gonna find it in your field. It ain't coming down. Read.
6 days you shall gather it, but on the 7th day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the
And
seventh
it came
day.
to pass that some people did go out on the 7th day. Looking for what? To gather. Read.
And they found none.
They found none.
The Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws?
He said, how long is these people gonna refuse to keep my commandments, to keep my laws? You see what you see what jammed them? I'm gonna tell you what jammed these people. The one thing that jammed them, they seen the glory of God. So the Most High was not looking.
You don't see that special glory on these times. You don't see that, but God showed you. You know when God showed you something.
Yeah, you go right.
He showed you something that you don't show to everybody else. You don't watch it. You don't show it to everybody else. You don't show it to people. Watch yourself. Keep it straight. The language we will twist you up worse than he do the blasphemy that he showed you.
You see what jammed these people? They seen the glory of God. And they still continue to murmur. They still continue to tempt God. After you have seen my glory and my works and my wondrous act, you still cannot find it in your heart to believe me. He said, therefore what?
Then it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the 7th day for the gather, and they found none. The Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for that the Lord had given you the Sabbath, therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days.
To refuse. We continue to refuse to keep the commandments of God. You know why? Because the people are in the cut-off state of mind. The people that call themselves Israel, the people that don't call themselves Israel, the niggas out there, the people that live outside of Israel, regular people, everybody, the world, the inhabitants of the world, we are all in a cut-off state of mind.
Cut off.
A cut-off state of mind is when you get cut off from the truth of God, from the truth of His laws. So if these, we are cut off from this truth. So when we get cut off from the truth that is inside this book, you're not going to see the same thing that I see, and I'm not going to see the same thing you see. Why do you think we got so many different camps? I heard of some camps used to do sacrifices.
Yeah.
And wave bread.
Yeah.
And when they waving the bread, it wasn't even bread that was baked. Because first of all, the bread that was waved before God had what on it? Frankincense. And you ain't gonna throw that bread on it. Every 7 days, that bread was replaced. And guess what? That bread got eaten. It was hard as a rock. It was hard as a rock. That bread was sitting there for 7 days. You better not throw that bread out. You better not throw that bread out, because that's the way. That was the way the high priest and the Levites, the priest and his family ate. That was in the temple. But guess what? We got too big apart with ourselves. Because we stopped bringing in the tithes and bringing in the things towards the temple. So the priest and the high priest and all the priests in his family had to leave the grounds of the temple. Look, God left us on our own. We are on our own. Okay, let's get that right. We are on our own. Because guess what? We have not acknowledged our offense before God. We have not acknowledged our offense before God. So therefore what? God has distanced himself until we acknowledge our offense. How do we show God that we acknowledge our offense? By changing your ways, by hearkening to his laws, his commandments, his statutes, and acknowledging that I had transgressed. I am sorry for me, but I am sorry for the things that I have done against thee. And now, if I am truly sorry for the things that I have done against God, then I will refrain myself from sinning and take heed to his laws. That's how you know when a person is sorry. He don't do it again. You can't tell me you're sorry and you keep going back. Oh, I'm sorry, but I keep going backward. I'm sorry. But then this woman or this dude, he do the same thing over again. I thought you told me you were sorry. I don't want to hear I'm sorry no more. That's what I told one girl. I don't want to hear I'm sorry. Don't tell me I'm sorry. Man, that could keep doing it over again. It has become habitual. Yeah, you know, certain ways that we have has become habitual. You know why? Because we continue to do it. We continue to do these things over and over. So we don't, the laws need to become habitual. The laws of God have not become habitual to us. Go ahead, Tom Sheet. Go to Exodus 23.
Exodus chapter 23.
It says, thou shalt not take up a false report. A false report. I didn't see what happened. I don't know what took place. But here's this dude here looking for sides. I want him to be on my side. So how you want me to agree with you? And how you want me to agree with you? I don't know what took place or what happened. And then you're going to get mad at the person that said, man, I don't know what happened. How you going to get mad at me? You want me to agree with you in your wrongness? You want me to agree with you and I wasn't there? I didn't see what happened? I didn't see what took place? You don't like it. You don't like it. You done gave a false report. A false report is when you give up a false statement about a situation. That's a false report. Time sheet. He said, thou shalt not take up a false report.
Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous.
He said, put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous, kamas, an unrighteous witness, an unjust witness. He said, put not in when I shot with the wicked. He said, don't put your hand with the wicked or on the side of the wicked or for the wicked or in agreement with the wicked. I can't agree with you. And for me to agree with you is for me to walk with you. He said, we two walk together except if we agree. Which means, if you're wrong, I can't walk with you because God don't look at me the same as you. Whatever you done did that was contrary to God, I'm supposed to put some type of retraction. I gotta back up now and tell you, listen, baby, wrong. Wrong. This and this and this and this and this you did, you're completely wrong. I can't be on the side with you. I can't put my hand with you in your wrongness. Because now God is gonna look at me the same like you. I must think like you. I must walk like you. He said, don't put your hand with the wicked to be what? An unrighteous witness. An unrighteous witness. Come see.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
So thou shalt not follow. Thou shalt not follow after or go behind the multitude to do evil. To do evil. The multitude. Who is the multitude?
Wow.
Wow. So once I do things that the multitude does, then I am following after the multitude to do evil. All I have to do is do like unto them. All I got to do is live like unto them. Then God is going to look at you as the same like them. The Most High gave us these laws to separate us, to put us some type of distinction between holy and profane,
Holy, profane,
clean and unclean,
godly and the ungodly.
godly and ungodly. And if you are pursuing godliness, the only place I can find godliness is in the book, in the Old Testament. You ain't gonna find godliness nowhere else. Nowhere else.
Old Testament.
That's right. It said, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. He said, neither witness concerning a lawsuit to turn aside after a multitude to pervert justice, to pervert judgment, to change the judgment. To change the judgment. Because you could be a pervert, just don't come to mess with kids. You can be a pervert just by changing the judgment of God, just by changing the order of anything. Once you change the order of anything, you have perverted it. We pervert sex. We pervert the laws of God. We pervert everything that God said was holy. Sex is holy. And it was only used to have children. It was only done to have children. So if you can have children no other way but a man going in or cohabitating with his woman. So therefore there should be nothing else going on. Oral sex, anal sex, you can't have children doing these things.
Oral sex, anal sex, vampire sex.
You can't have sex doing these things. I mean, you can't have children doing these things. So, go ahead, read.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Neither shalt thou speak in the cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. Neither shalt thou countenance a poor man in his cause.
And the poor man thou shalt not favor. Favor, and it means or honor in his cause. Didn't the Lord say, don't honor the poor? The poor man, don't honor the face of the mighty. See, the honor don't come. See, once we violate the laws of God, the honor goes. The liking goes, all that, the liking and the honor, and that's my man, or that's my brother, all that goes. Because you can't deal with God's law, putting that ahead of the laws of God. The brother has to go. Sister got to go. Friend got to go. The only thing that stands is the law. So whatever is done and needs to be done to satisfy God by doing His judgment has to be done. Come see. If thou meet thy enemy's ox, he said, if you meet the enemy's ox, which means we did have enemies. Yeah, we did have enemies. We didn't live amongst the heathens. We didn't live around the heathens. Anybody, it was all Israelites that we talking about here. So there are all people or certain Israelites that I'm just not going to like.
They're your enemy.
They're your enemy. So he said, well, if you meet your enemy's ox or ass going astray, thou shalt surely return it to him. He said, go on and return it back. He said, you see your enemy's ox going astray, you go and take it and return it back to him. Regardless, which means when we're dealing with God's law, my emotions have to be put aside. We cannot deal with these laws with our emotions. Talking about, oh, I'm angry with him. I'm tight with him. Me and him is not on good ground. None of that counts. God done commanded me to return that man's ass back to him. Right. So all that got to be thrust aside. All that got to be thrust aside. And I got to bring that ox right on back to that brother. Come see.
If thou see the ass of him that hates thee, lying under his burden.
Lying under his burden, under his load.
What is forbear to help him?
And you don't stop.
Thou shalt
You don't
surely help him.
cease from lead. You don't cease from helping him.
Thou shalt surely help
He
with
said,
him.
you gotta help him. Which means this load, this ox, are burdensome animals. Now, it's a heavy load that weighs down this ox. So now I gotta help him take off some of these loads, and then I gotta go with him to wherever he's going. I gotta help him take that load off. He said, I gotta help him. Read.
Thou shalt not rest the judgment of thy poor in this cause.
Mm-hmm.
Keep thee
He
far.
said, thou shalt not pervert the judgment of thy poor in this cause. To pervert means to change the order of anything. Once you change the
Keep thee far from a false matter.
keep thee far from a false matter. And the innocent and righteous
shall
not slave. I will not justify the wicked. He said a false matter, a lying matter, a deceitful matter. Right?
Thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blinded the wise and perverted the words of the righteous.
He said, don't take no bribe. He said, because the gift is gonna do what?
Blind the wise and perverted the words.
It's gonna change your words.
Change your mouth.
It's gonna change your words. It's gonna change the way I feel. You ain't gonna want to put judgment on this person after he done hitting you off. He done gave you and looked out, and the natural instinct is to look out for him, to return the favor. But this is when I gotta put all that aside. I gotta put all that aside and look at him and tell him, listen, you're wrong. Tamshi.
Also, thou shalt not oppress a stranger. For you know the heart of the stranger.
Also, thou shalt not oppress a stranger.
For you know the heart of the stranger.
He said, you know the heart. You know the spirit of a stranger because you served the Egyptians for 430 years. You was a stranger in Egypt. He said, so therefore, you know the heart of a stranger. You know how it feels to be a stranger. You know how it feels to be in this predicament. So don't do it to this person because you didn't like it. Which means I'm not going to do to a person what I don't like for myself. That's what that means. God saying you was a stranger in Egypt. So don't treat this brother as a stranger. Don't treat him that way. Which means what? I don't like it, don't do it to me. Oh, you don't want it to be said to you, don't say it to him. God said that. These are the ways and the customs of God. And these ways and these customs that we read in this book tells us and teaches humans, men, women, how to deal with each other. How I should deal with you and how you should deal with me. That's what the laws is telling me. He told me not to steal from you. He said, man, don't covet what that brother had. He said, man, if you see that brother's wife, man, he said, don't. He said, leave her alone. He said, leave her alone. Don't go stretching forth your hand towards that brother's wife. There's all laws concerning on how we deal with each other. But guess what? Now is the times, death times. I gotta be careful. I can't deal with everybody according to these laws. We're not in Israel, and I don't know who these people is. We are not in Israel, and I don't know who these people is.
These people are world captains.
So now I have to deal with these captains. I gotta be on point and deal with people. Deal with whoever I deal with these laws. It's not gonna go too far. Not going far from this house. Because guess what? Even Israelites, I got a limit.
You better.
Even these so-called Israelites that they call themselves Israel, I gotta limit.
Blood eaters.
I gotta limit myself.
Blood eaters.
Because because the way I would deal with you, that Israelite ain't gonna deal with you the way you deal with him. He ain't. I can't deal simple. He said, but the 7th year thou shalt release it, and thou shalt leave it, that there may eat the needy of thy people, and what they leave shall eat the beasts of the field, and so shalt thou also do with thy vineyard and with thy olive yard. I have a vineyard. I have an olive yard. And God said, do not glean. Don't glean and take everything out of your vineyard and your olive yard. I gotta leave some back for the needy. I gotta leave some back for the poor. I gotta leave some back for the stranger. I gotta leave some back for the beast of the field. So that if they pass your vineyard and they hungry, they can go to your vineyard and eat. Which means what? God is teaching us to have a heart. But have a heart with your own. Not have a heart with people that doesn't consider my God or consider your God.
Right.
I don't have to have a heart with these people.
No, you don't.
I don't have to. I don't. So if I don't give you because you walking around shaking a cup, that don't make me evil. But the Most High said I should do what? Give my brother sufficient to what he needs, which means give him insufficient in that which he lacketh. The things that my brother is lacking and he needs, why don't look to give him? But I'm always quick to give someone else or give this one. Come, she.
In like manner shalt thou deal with thy vineyard and with thy olive yard. 6 days shalt thou do all thy work.
6 days shalt thou do all thy work. He gave us 6 days to do everything. He gave us 6 days to do whatsoever we had to do. Read.
But on the 7th
But
day,
on the 7th day,
thou shalt rest.
he said rest. On the 7th day, he said rest. Desist. Rest. Stop work. When it says stop work, it don't only mean work for pay or your job. It don't only mean that. It don't only mean that. You know what else is considered work?
What?
Me setting up these chairs. Me setting up these chairs and arranging, that's work. Me taking the broom and sweeping up garbage in the dustpan and putting it, that's work. The garbage is overflowing and me taking the garbage, shaking it, boom, tying it, and putting it out. That's work.
Your button fell off, you're gonna sew it
And
back
I'm going to
on.
sew it back on. That's work. Everything has to stop. Shabbaton means general strike, work stoppage, complete rest. So everything is on the halt. Everything is on standby. I read.
And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect.
And there may have rest, the ox and the ass, and that they may be refreshed, and that they may be rested, the son of thy handmaid and the stranger. Your handmaid, the stranger, the handmaid, the sojourner, anybody that comes within my gates, my apartment or my house has to be under the order of these laws. Under the banner. There's no way I'm going to be serving and doing these laws and I go in the refrigerator and find some unclean, despicable things that God has ordained to be unclean.
You're gonna kill yourself.
What am I doing looking in the fridge, finding shrimps, finding bacon? finding ham, finding sausages. What am I doing finding these things? And then God will look at me and say, and you live here? You staying here? Around me? No. That right there is going to put distance between this person and that person. A lot of space. A whole lot of space. Because your ways are not not likable to God. And once God is not pleased with your ways, I can't be pleased with your ways. I can't accept you that way.
Right.
I cannot accept you that way. I can't accept you in any other way that you like to walk in. Because number one, you gotta please God by hearkening to his laws. Once you please God by hearkening to his laws and his commandments, then everything else will fall in line. Everything else falls in line. But once we go aside from these laws, and then you messing with a person or dealing with a person that has made his mind up to do these laws, when he sees things contrary or opposite to God, that's what's going to put the distance. I can't deal with you. What puts the distance between me and you is these laws. That's what puts the distance.
Israelites said, you know, great among the Israelites. You're not holy. You're not holy today. You're a damn liar. You could be holy.
You can be holy. You can be holy. Holy only means set apart. And if you are set apart, if you are holy, if you are set apart, if you are separate, then I don't do what you do. You're holy. I don't live the way you live. I don't think the way you think. I don't even look like you. So I'm set apart from you. Yes. And what set me apart is by me adhering and taking heed to God. I don't eat the things you eat. Oh, it's clean, but I don't eat it because Abraham didn't eat it. Oh, I don't do this because Abraham didn't do it.
You don't go to 4th of July celebrations.
That's what God said to follow.
That's one brother. I say, I'm holy, man. I'm holy, nigga. Huh? Get with me. I'm holy. No images in here. When one snuck one in here, the wrath of God came up in here. You forgot it? We all went to prison, broke the Jordan and the shabbat. Because I had an image in here.
We're stuck on
Yeah, man, you know, man, image in here, son. Broke it down for me. And you know, they pick on me. They all had me shackled in the bed, in the hospital. My wife look at them and say, yo, why y'all shackling like that? And I'm like, all night like this. My back scratching, that came scratching. Yeah, picture. It's my house. Your house could be holy, you could be holy.
That's right.
It said all things
I
have said
which I said unto you,
be circumspect.
he said, take heed. He said, take heed to yourself. When you take heed to yourself, you are God on oneself. I will point with myself. How do we become on point with ourselves? How? By making sure, by making sure that I don't go off with God. Once you see yourself going off with God, you have to be able to detect that, to see where I'm going off at, to see that I'm going off with God by doing this particular thing here, by doing this or by not doing this.
So you have to be a detector.
You gotta be able to
Detect the sin.
You gotta be able to detect it. And the only thing that's gonna keep your detectors up, the only thing that's gonna keep my detectors up is by taking heed to God.
That's right, brother.
Iniquity shortens your detection.
Yes.
Iniquity, by me transgressing against God, my detection, I won't be able to detect nothing. By me sinning against God, God is going to give me the lust of my own heart and cause my thinking. He's going to cause me to go off in my thinking.
That's correct. That's correct.
He said, in all things which I have said unto you, he said, be circumspect.
And make no mention of the name of other gods.
Make no mention of the name of other gods or after other gods. He said, don't mention their name. He said, it shall not be heard of their mouth. He said, don't mention it. Read.
3 times.
3 times.
Thou shalt keep a feast unto me in the year.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt keep the feast of unleavened bread.
3 times in the year thou shalt keep a feast to me. He said, the feast of unleavened bread. Kag matzah. Kag matzah. Feast of unleavened bread thou shalt keep 7 days.
Thou shalt eat unleavened bread 7 days.
Eat unleavened bread 7 days, as he commanded thee.
In the time appointed of the month Abib. For in it thou camest out from Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty.
Okay, now, there was a time with Saul, when Saul inquired of the Lord. And the Lord, God didn't answer him. God didn't answer him, not by Gideon, nor by Urim, nor by prophet. Because he was angry with him. It wasn't right with God. He didn't break no law. He just didn't listen to his command. He told him to kill him. He said, why did you save Agag? He said, why did you save Agag and the best of the sheep and the flock and all these people? Saul still came and said, I have done the commandment of God. And from then on, God has put an evil spirit upon him. Why I'm saying this? He didn't bring no law inside the first time. He just didn't hearken to what God commanded him by not killing Agag and the thing.
And God love us today.
And God love us. And God's meant to love us. That's the comparison that I'm getting to. This man, it was never recorded that Saul broke any law in that first 5. But yet we have the audacity to call Saul wicked. And now I go amongst these people, and these people talk about God love us. God love us.
They smile and got a big coolness smile. What they're saying, that's the preacher though. Yeah, God loves us. You know, we God's people. Yeah, we God's people. That's the preacher.
God don't love us, man.
God big coolness smile in the face.
Yeah, he despises us. What causes the Most High to despise you? Because we go contrary to his laws.
Right.
We're contrary to God's
God
laws.
don't love us. You say God don't love us. I mean, but God don't love us, you say.
Yeah.
No, you don't. I'm trying to get him to like me. I'm trying to push up on him and get him to like me. Yeah, really knock my eyes out my head. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get him to like me because I never been a liking. He can look towards me.
First Samuel chapter 28, verse 7. Then said Saul unto his servants, seek me a woman that had a familiar spirit, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And the servant said to him, behold, there was a woman that had a familiar spirit in Endor. And Saul disguised himself. To disguise. Right. Witch. Listen with the witch.
He disguised himself, huh?
Yeah.
How did he disguise? Well, Halloween clothes?
No. But guess what? Guess what?
Yeah.
God did not even charge him with that. He didn't charge him with it. When we read through his book, he said, man, I did this to so blah, blah, blah. He said, because he ain't hearkened to my command in the matter of the Agag.
That was it.
You have to remember one thing, the king, right?
Yeah.
He said,
That's right. God. That's right. That's
so
right.
you don't get charged for everything like that.
That's right. That's right.
It's true.
That's right.
You said that.
He said, and Saul disguised himself. To disguise means to change your customary dress or appearance.
If I come up my road,
You disguise yourself.
I got on feet and
In a t-shirt, you disguise. Or the suit and tie, you disguise. Once you dress out of what God gave us, we are in disguisement.
I got rights for that. I don't never
So now,
I need it in my sleep. I sleep with this on. I skip to sleep another way. Down here. Nigga clothes. I don't want to run there. I'm going to get out. I sleep in my robe. I stay ready. Anytime you come back.
huh? Oh. It says, Saul disguised himself and put on other raiments. And he went. And two men with them, and they came. Come see.
To the woman by night.
Uh-huh.
And he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto.
He said, listen, I want you to bring up whatever name I give you, I want you to bring this person up. Read.
The woman said unto him, behold, thou knowest what Saul had done.
He said, behold, say, man, you know what Saul did. And what?
How he cut off
Those that
had
familiar spirits.
And the wizards.
And the wizards out of the land.
Wherefore, then layest thou a snare for my life to cause me to die.
So you laying a snare. You trying to trap me up. Read.
And Saul swear to her.
He told her straight up and bring him up, right?
Right.
Bring him up. Yeah, that's some heavy stuff there.
Come see.
And Saul sware to her by the Lord, saying, as the Lord liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing. Then said the woman, whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice.
He said, when the woman saw Samuel, said she cried. It was an outcry. She made an outcry, with a loud voice,
And the woman spake to Saul, saying, why hast thou deceived me?
Why you tricked me?
For thou art Saul.
He said, man, you saw. Read.
The king said unto her, be not afraid, for what sawest thou?
She said, man, what is it that you see that caused you to make this great outcry?
The woman said unto Saul,
Now you gonna hear why. She said, what?
I saw God.
I saw God.
Ascending out of the
Elohim
earth.
ascending out of the earth. She ain't just seen Samuel. She called up Samuel and a whole bunch of other gods. A whole lot coming up. Security team. She said, man, she's like, man, I ain't call all you. I'm only calling one.
She ain't going up. He said, don't worry. We got you.
That was his God.
Stop coming up with it. Coming up with it. Who you think you're up with? The
Primitives.
You want to get home, right? That's a hell of a sight. You can make anybody scream, brother. That's a hell of a sight, man.
And he said unto her, what form is he of?
He said, what form is he of?
She said, an old man cometh up.
What form is he of? He said, what? An old man
Cometh up.
coming up.
And he is covered with a mantle.
He's covered with a mantle. He's covered with a ma'il. A ma'il is an upper garment, wide, long, and to the ankles.
Wide, long, and to your hand.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that's what he died in. See, whatever you die in, that's how you're gonna come up.
That's how you gonna travel.
That's how you're gonna travel.
This is all I'm doing.
Whatever you however you die or whatever you die in, whatever clothes I die in, that's how you're gonna go before God. You don't want to go before God in a tuxedo.
Or your drawers.
Suit and tie.
Or
In
your
your
drawers.
underwears. Naked.
In your drawers. You mess around and cohabitate with your wife that night,
Right.
and then you mess around, did a hard work with your wife that night, and you fell asleep. You got up and put down your clothes, you fell asleep. And your drawers, your butt naked. And while you were sleeping, that comes. You scoop you. You go down there naked. Or it's your drawers. God, you know what? What?
And Saul perceived that it was Samuel. And he stood with his face to the ground and bowed himself. Read.
Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted
He
me?
said, man, why you disquieted
To
me,
bring
man?
me up.
To bring me up.
That's Samuel told him, huh?
Right.
When you bothering me, man, what's up with that?
And
He
Saul
said Samuel
answered,
was quiet.
And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and God is departed from me. and answereth me no more, neither by prophecy, nor by
In my
dream.
dreams.
Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known to me what I shall do. Then said Samuel, wherefore then dost thou ask of me?
He said, if God didn't answer you, why you asking me?
You asking me, man?
Why you call me up and bring me up to ask me this?
So he didn't want to come back.
Come see,
Seeing the Lord is departed from thee,
seeing the Lord is departed from thee,
and is become thine enemy.
and has become thine enemy.
And the Lord hath done to him as he spake by me.
Look, God has become your enemy. God has become your enemy. So if God is your enemy, what do you say? I'm your enemy too.
Right.
I can't be side partner, friend with you. If God is against you,
I'm gonna listen too.
if God is against you, I gotta be against you.
Right on.
I gotta be against you. He said, seeing that the Most High has become your enemy. Read.
And the Lord hath done to him as he spake by me. For the Lord hath rent the kingdom out of thine hand, and given it to thy neighbor, even to David. Because thou obeyest not the voice of the Lord, nor executed his.
He said, God has rent the kingdom out of thine hand and has given it to thy neighbor, even to David. And guess what? Saul knew that. That's why he was chasing. So listen, as long as David lived, you're not going to be established. You ain't going to be king. And God didn't tell him that, but he was in tune. He knew it. Certain things they picked, he perceived.
That the Lord was with him.
He perceived it, man.
You John done told you after you told David.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's right, brother. John done told me.
Come see.
Because thou obeyest not
Because
the
thou
voice of the
obeyest
Lord,
not the voice of God,
nor executest his fierce wrath.
nor executed his fierce wrath upon Amalek.
Therefore hath the Lord done this thing
Unto thee.
this day.
The reason why God ain't answering you and dealing with you, because you didn't execute his wrath against Amalek. You went against God's command. Why you brought back these sheep in Amalek, and then you talk about you did the commandment of God. Come see.
Moreover, the Lord will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the
He
Philistines.
said, moreover, God is going to deliver you, Israel, into the hand of Philistines.
And tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me.
See, tomorrow, you and your son going to be with me.
The Lord also shall deliver the heart into the hand of the Philistines. Then Saul fell straightway all along on the earth, and he was sore afraid because of the words of Samuel.
He laid out, fell out on the floor. That killed him. That took all his strength. That drained him. That took everything. Some shit.
And there was no strength in him, for he had eaten no bread all day,
All day.
nor overnight.
All night.
And the woman came to Saul, and saw that he was sore troubled. And said unto him, Behold, thine handmaid hath obeyed thy voice.
He said, listen, your handmaid, I obeyed your voice and did what you wanted me to do.
And I have put my life in my hand, and have hearkened unto thy words which thou
I
spakest.
done jeopardized myself. Read.
Now therefore I pray thee, hearken
Before thee,
and eat.
that thou mayest have strength when thou goest on thy way. Read.
But he refused and
But he
said,
refused.
I will not eat. But his servants together with the woman compelled him, and he hearkened unto their voice. So he arose from the earth and sat upon the bed. And the woman had a fat calf in the house. And she hasted and killed it. Took flour and kneaded it. And did bake unleavened bread thereof.
Now, this is why I came to this chapter. Because it said he kneaded it
and made
unleavened bread. In the Hebrew, it don't say knead.
Right.
Because once you knead it, once you knead the dough, it's not unleavened anymore.
Correct.
What causes the bread to be leavened is the kneading process. When you knead it. Because when it says and kneaded it, it means talash. Or talash. It means and she plucked. She plucked it and did bake matzot, unleavened bread. She didn't need it. So the so-called boxes of matzahs that Israelites like to buy all year round, every year during the Feast of Unleavened Bread, is not unleavened bread. It's not even in bread, it's crackers. It's crackers that has been kneaded for only God knows how long that dough been kneaded.
Over 10 hours.
Hours and hours and hours of that kneading and kneading and kneading, it starts to become leaven.
But they're all crazy. They all eat leavened bread for unleavened bread. That's why I can't sit with them. Even they living with the people here, with two or three of us, we stay here, son. They themselves will not sit with the wicked, man. If you eat leavened bread for come on, is you wicked, man?
Yeah,
You wicked, man. You wicked. You evil. I can't sit with you. I can't sit with you. Just stay right here. There's nobody here. Well, me and my woman stay here. Read for me. She read for me, and I break it down for her. We study for 4 hours. I did like this. Go on, sitting around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she said, I'm not gonna sit with that nigga, man. Hey, you got all the niggas, you got fags, you got trannies, man, you got everything there, man, everything. All of this. You know all of this, right?
Yeah.
You get on their knees. Get on their knees and do weird stuff. And it ain't praying. One thing a man should go on his knees for is to pray.
Hosea chapter 7, verse 4, it says they are all adulterers.
That's right.
As an oven heated by the baker.
Yeah.
Before you bake any bread, you preheat it. You preheat it, right? He said, who ceased from raising? Who ceased from raising after he had kneaded the dough until it be leavened. Until it be leavened. So that's plain and simple right there. Anytime you knead that dough and you knead it, that begins the leavening process.
That's correct.
Once you start kneading it, it begins the leavening process. Let's go to Psalms chapter 17.
You have the right, oh Lord.
He said, hear the right, oh Lord. God ain't gonna hear just any and anybody. You think God is hearing every and anybody that's sent up? No. Because in order for God to hear you, I have to be accepted by him. And if Cain wasn't accepted by God, we ain't nowhere near Cain. Cain is more righteous than the world today. And God didn't accept him.
You got special angels.
And God didn't. And God, that's right. And God didn't accept him. He said, hear the right. Shema El Shaddai Zedek. You know what Zedek is? The just. Hear the just. Hear the righteous. What is just? Who is just? What does just mean? Just means conforming. To conform means to adhere and hearken. To conform to a standard of correctness. What is the standard of correctness? The standard of correctness is the laws of God. Okay?
Right. That's the case. That means I am just.
That's right.
Most people think you ain't just. I'm not just. God will agree with you. You
That's why.
That's right. You don't agree with them to say it ain't just, but that ain't just. That's games.
To be just means to conform to a standard of correctness.
Who's correct?
God's correctness. Not my correctness. Not your correctness. Not this person's correctness. Not what you think is correct. Not what this person thinks is correct. Talking about, it ain't right. But it ain't right by you, but it's okay for God. It ain't right by you, but God ain't saying it. God ain't saying it was wrong. God didn't say it was wrong. And that's what counts.
That's what counts.
I never read in the book where it said it was wrong. But it's wrong by you. But it's wrong by you. So therefore, you want me to be and you can only accept me because I'm not doing according to your standards.
That's right.
I'm not doing
You
right
agree to
according
this
to, I
quirky-
agree to your
quirky
standards. But the standards of God I agree with.
Standard with God, you agree
That's
with?
the whole,
That's
that's the
what I'm saying.
only standards I need to agree with.
That's
Is
what I'm
God's
saying. That's right.
standards and my parents' standards.
That's what's that.
Because they have their own standards besides of what's inside
That's
this book. He said, hear the
That's
right,
it.
oh Lord. So God ain't gonna hear everybody.
No.
If you ain't just, righteous, and pious, God don't hear you. I can sit and pray and pray and pray all I want. But if I'm not in those standards, then God don't hear you. He said, hear the right, oh Lord, Tamsi. Attend unto my cry. He said, hear my cry. Hear my complaint. Hear me. Read.
Give ear
Give ear to my prayer.
that goeth not out of faint lips.
That goeth not out of faint lips. That goeth not out of deceitful lips. False lips. Crafty lips. Subtly lips. False lips, meaning not faithful or loyal.
That's right.
Not faithful or loyal. Okay? It said that these prayers don't go out of false lips, crafty lips, deceitful lips.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
See?
Then my sentence.
Takes you back. You know what? It takes you back to the adversary. In Genesis 3. Takes you back. The skills of the adversary. Skill in deceiving. Skill in outwitting. Skills in outsmarting.
He's highly skilled.
Highly skilled.
Manipulation.
He can outsmart you and make you do what you don't want to do.
You outsmart any man.
But the only thing that we have to protect us against this force is God. It's God. Because anytime the commandments of God, there was the notices, the breach becomes open. There's an opening in your spirit. What causes the adversary to enter in? And when the adversary comes in, then guess what? He's going to have you doing things that is contrary to what you read in the book. He's going to have you doing things contrary and opposite to what we read in the book. He's going to have you saying things and putting things. But we never read it in there. It ain't never read. Never read it. But you said it there. He said, let my sentence come forth. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence.
Let thine eyes behold the things that are
Let thine eyes behold the things that are equal. He said, let your eyes, oh God, behold the things that are equal. So, right things, straightness, equity, uprightness. Right? Read.
thou hast proved mine heart.
He said, you have tested, you have tried my heart. You
Thou
have tried
hast
my
visited-
heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me.
and shall find nothing.
You ain't gonna find nothing. You ain't gonna find nothing contrary to your laws within me. Read.
I am purpose that my mouth shall
He
not
said, I am
transgress.
purpose that my mouth shall not transgress. The purpose, damiti, meaning your intentions. Your intentions, your thoughts, your intentions is not to transgress God's law. Is not to transgress or break God's law. Right, yeah. Yeah, Ken. Means your intentions or your thoughts. My thoughts, even the way you think. Your thoughts your thoughts are the things that you think about. Which means when thoughts run through my head, is no type of thoughts that run through my head to break your law. There's no way that I am thinking and plotting on your wife. Those are thoughts are the thoughts that are against God, thoughts that are contrary to what God says. He says that my mouth shall not transgress, which means how your mouth transgress. Watch what you say. Watch what you say. Because we can condemn ourselves with what we say out of our mouth. With the things that we voice out of our mouth. Come see.
Concerning the works of men.
Concerning the deeds. Concerning the actions of men. Read.
By the word of thy lips.
By the word of thy lips.
I have kept thee from the path of the destroyer.
From the ways. From the path of the destroyer. Read.
Hold up my goings in thy path.
Hold up my goings. Keep me going right. Hold me up. Keep me going right. Keep me going strong in your ways, oh God. Don't cause me to go aside. Don't cause me to go to the right or to the left. Come see. That my footsteps slip not. To slip or to tire. Yeah. To slip means to fall into error. Don't cause me to fall into error or fault. Don't cause me to become unstable or to sway. To sway means to sway and swing from left to right. Tamshi.
I have called upon thee, for thou wilt hear me, O God.
He said, I have called upon thee, for thou wilt hear me, O God.
O God, incline thine ear unto me and hear my speech. Show thy marvelous loving kindness. O thou that savest by thy right hand them which put their trust in thee, from those that rise up against thee. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. From the wicked that oppress me.
From the wicked that oppress me. Shadumi. Shadumi means, it says, from the wicked that assaults me. From the wicked that to assault. Assault is a violent, physical, verbal attack. A violent, physical, verbal attack. He said, the wicked did that to me. He said, from my deadly enemies who compass me about, who surround you.
They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth.
They are enclosed in their own fat. They are enclosed in their own folly. They are enclosed in their own idea, which means there's no flipping or changing the way this person thinks.
That's right.
You can't change this person the way you think. I can't teach you in court and make you love this and change the way you think. No, because you're not bent, he's blocked. God has blocked you. So you're going to continue thinking the way you think. You're going to continue thinking the way you think and moving the way you move. Come see.
They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. They have now a lion that is greedy of his prey. And as it were a young lion lurking in secret places.
Right.
Arise, O Lord,
arise, O Lord,
cast him down.
Disappoint him, prevent him, hold him back, or keep back, to anticipate, to give advanced thought. That's who the sword of God is, the wicked. Because God uses the wicked to do things wickedly, wicked things to you, to the wicked. He ain't gonna use nobody righteous to do something wicked and evil. No.
And they really use the wicked because the end of the wicked is to get it.
That's right.
You're going to get it.
That's
You're
right.
going to get it anyhow. So I'm
That's
going to use you.
Go to Psalms 101.
I will sing of mercy and judgment.
I will sing of mercy and judgment unto thee, O Lord, will I sing. You hear what he's singing about? The mercy of God, the judgment of God. He said, I'm going to sing this to you, O God. I'm going to sing this to you.
I will behave myself wisely.
I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way. It means to succeed. I will succeed in a perfect way. I will prosper in a perfect way. Or what will thou come unto me?
I will walk within my house.
I will walk within my house with a perfect heart. To walk, to pursue a course of action or way of life. Or a way of life. Okay? He said, I will walk within my house with a perfect heart.
I will set no wicked thing before my eyes.
I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. Nor I sheet, neged, and I, to set. You know what to set means? To put or to place, to set, to make, constitute, to establish. Read.
I hate the work of them that turn aside.
I hate and I despise the work of them that turn aside. So if you're turning aside and turn away from God, I'm not supposed to be rocking with you. Despise you. Because you despise my God. So if you turn aside from God and I'm still walking with you, then we must be alike. We are alike.
You're in the club right now. That's what you.
Come see.
You're smoking weed right now.
Read.
It shall not cleave to me.
It said, I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. Come see. A forward heart shall depart from me. What is a forward heart? What does forward mean? Forwardness is to think against God. Think contrary to what God said. So having a forward heart is going to separate. It's going to distance you. God's going to distance himself from you because you think contrary to God. Come see?
Contrary to the book.
Contrary to the book.
You always got something negative to say about the book. Contradict the book. You're a complete idiot. You want to contradict the book. No time for listen to that. You know?
Yep.
Where students pick themselves up into teachers, commentaries, and whatnot. You're an idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is, sometimes.
Whoso privately,
Verse 4.
a forward heart shall depart from me.
Shall depart
I will
from me.
not know a wicked person.
I will not know a wicked person. In the Hebrew, it says, I will not know evil. I will not know evil. And that's how it was in the beginning. It was innocent. God created Adam, made Adam and Eve, and they was innocent. They were naive. They didn't know no evil. That's why God commanded them not to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Not to stay away from that tree that's in the midst of the garden. Every tree, he said, you may freely eat. He said, but that tree that's in the midst, he said, don't eat from it. He said, not how you touch it. And the day that you eat from it, he said, thou shalt surely die. He said, you're going to die. Now, when they ate from that tree of knowledge of good and evil, their eyes were open to open views, open to everything, good, evil, open to wickedness. Now they know. Now they know.
We should let a piece of the tree of life. We're going to feast on this one. We just want. I won't feast on this one right now.
But they got beguiled. The adversary beguiled them. The adversary tricked them. He outsmarted them. He outsmarted them. And he tricked them into eating that tree. He said, man, did God say you're going to die? He said, you ain't going to die. He said, but God knows. In the day that you eat from it, he said, what? He said, your eyes going to be open. And then you going to be like God, knowing good and evil. And before she even ate or partook of that tree of knowledge of good and evil, she started to desire it.
Yeah.
Heavy desire started conjuring up inside her. Now she made her want it more and more.
Whoso privately slandered his neighbor.
Whoso privately informs. Whoso privately informs against his neighbor, him will I destroy. To inform is one who informs against another. One who informs against others for violating.
Rats, snitches.
Oh, get a song about that.
What's all of that? What's all of that, man?
That's 101. Verse 5.
Yes, Psalm 101.
And that's why the book is informed. It's in the English or in the English? What is it in English?
Slander.
Slander.
Right.
Whosoever slander his neighbor privately.
Whoso privately slander his neighbor, him will I cut off.
Then you go to Hebrew.
Slander means damit. Zadeh mem yod tau. It means to inform or to inform.
It's Psalm 101.
Yep.
101. What
Verse 5.
Verse 5.
Woman is a snitch. The word is making to well, you said farmer. Farmer. Snitch. Him will I cut off. Him that has a high look and a proud heart will not I suffer.
He said that man gonna get cut off. He said him that had a what?
High look and a proud heart will not I suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Mine eyes shall be upon the faithful of the land, that they may dwell with me. He that walketh in a perfect way, he shall serve me. He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. He that telleth lies shall not tarry in my sight. I will early destroy all the wicked of the land, that I may cut off all wicked doers from the city of the Lord.
No, I said this one right here. He said, whoso privately slandereth his neighbor. The word for slander is miloshoni. It means to slander or to accuse. It means to slander or to accuse his neighbor. He said, him will I destroy. Him will I cut off. To slander or to accuse his neighbor. Right. Right. To accuse. You accusing the person and you no proof. False accusation. He said, him will I cut off. That's heavy. I accuse you of doing something. I accuse you of doing something that you didn't do. God said he's gonna cut you off. He's gonna destroy you. That's heavy. Because I done see with my own eyes that people that have done a lot of accusation and accuse people that done certain things and they not here. They ain't here today. They living, but they're not here.
You cut off.
You cut off. You don't cut yourself off by going against God and His laws.
You know you out there on your own. Your surrounding is nothing but dingbats and nitwits. You know what I'm saying? You know you out there around. You gotta go by your own damn talk. This is madness. The average one, when they come here and get educated.
That's correct.
They come right here in this apartment right here and get educated.
All who come to get educated.
You came here and learned that before. Right here. Nowhere else. Right here. But now, you get big-headed. You get big-headed. They all get big-headed. One went got big-headed until you say, yo, chief, it's not the new moon.
No moon.
It's the full moon. You're doing it wrong, chief. Man, get out of there, man. You crazy, man. Full moon, man. Dipping up full moon, son.
Boom work. Werewolf.
And they all go out and they all out there. They all got, once they leave here, they picked up strange philosophies.
Yep. Yep.
Every one of them.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Every one of them.
Super fact.
The smartest one that was here, smartest one in here, when once they leave, you become dumbfounded.
Right. That's crazy. Crazy. That's crazy. That's facts. That's facts.
I was here, and I continue to be here. I was here before they got here. I was here, and I would be here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm part of the root. I'm part of the root. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Now my girl right here, but I'm your picture over in this. Find me a trick that got that. They ain't going nowhere.
You the one right now.
From here we going to the grave.
You don't ask that one. You the one that's saving this world right now. Yeah, one to save us is six. Oh yeah. You got it. I don't know about the country.
Every time I join her, yeah, not that song about it. But it's not to save the city. You won't find that one.
You found one.
Proverbs chapter 30. The words of Agur, the son of Yakir, even the prophecy, the man spake unto Ithiel, even unto Ithiel and Ukal. Surely,
I am more foolish than
I'm
any
more
man.
foolish than any man.
If you proud, you can't say that.
If you proud, you can't say things like that. Because you always push your chest out. We can't, look, none of these men in this book, we can walk in their shoes.
I don't.
So if they're able to down themselves,
Shoot themselves down.
shoot themselves down, then why can I?
Right.
Why I can't shoot myself
Right.
down? Why I gotta be on a high horse? Why I always gotta stick my chest out and keep my head up?
Crown, cool hand.
And these people, most of these people here, they sin against God. Most of them,
Crown, cool hand.
very few.
And these guys down like he's pushing up on top, right?
Right.
It's best to keep the thump on yourself. Beat yourself up constantly.
Yes.
Because the people around you say you ain't,
You ain't
Right.
you
They
ain't,
gonna shoot you. They gonna shoot you.
right.
they will bear you down, they will try to spirit down. So the best you boost your spirit and keep it up and
They don't want to
That's
see
right.
walk in the church and say, I got God.
That's right.
you going down now.
Your
That's
house
right.
is up,
That's right.
or they will take you down. Ain't nobody gonna say you to do something good, man.
Right.
Nobody gonna take you down.
Right.
This is when you ain't,
Right. That's right.
they eating your food, sleeping in your bed, and this ain't that, you ain't,
Right.
damn. What do I have to do for you to like me, man? You know what I'm saying? And you gonna find this around your own family, man. Around your own brothers, man. Like Cain and Abel. Abraham did not to Cain. Did
No. He said, verse 3.
Surely I am more foolish than any man and have not the understanding of a man.
Have not the understanding of a man.
I neither learned wisdom,
I neither learned wisdom,
nor have the knowledge of the
nor have the knowledge of the holy.
Who has ascended up into heaven,
Who went up into heaven?
or descended?
Or descended and came back down?
Who hath gathered the wind in his fist?
Who gathered the wind in his fist? You can't even hold that. The only one that can do that is God. Read.
Who hath bound the waters in a garment?
I can't bound and hold water in my garment because the water's gonna fall right through. I can't hold it. Read.
Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his
What
name?
is his name?
What is his son's
What is
name?
his son's name?
Thou canst
Tell
count.
me. Read.
Every word of God is pure.
Every word of God is pure. Right. He said the laws of God is pure. It does what?
He is a shield unto
Enlighten
them.
the eyes. Enlighten the eyes. The word of God is pure. If the word of God is pure, then nothing that we read in this book is negative. It's false. It's wrong.
It's no good.
That's why
Once we
So I tell
What?
that nigga, man, that's blasphemy.
That's right. Once
So
we,
it's blasphemy.
nothing that we read in this book
Oh, the one
is
that's
wrong.
not your goddamn mind.
Because
You go to mine.
it said every word of God is pure. It's pure. It's pure, meaning there's no negative, nothing negative in this book. There's no flaws. There's no faults. There's no loopholes in the laws of God. So whatever we read in here is 100%.
That's what it is.
It's authentic.
It's authentic.
That's it.
All you gotta do is live by it. Yeah, and all you monkeys another one. But if we rock straight up. We rock straight up Old Testament. Straight up Old Testament. We don't want to side for nothing. Y'all got your opinions. You keep your opinions to yourself. Matter of fact, go to your grandmother.
Keep it right there.
Keep it right there. We rock straight up Old Testament. It's no abomination in this house, man.
Right.
So watch your mouth. Watch how you're talking, man. Like most people are ungrateful. In Spanish they call it malagradecidos. They are very ungrateful. You get me? Hold them down, feet, then they mix up their ears against you. That's the same thing that did David. That's why I feel good. You need the same thing that did David. After your feet among you, hold them down, flip up his ears against you. Now you ain't no good. No, you is the problem.
Every time that happens,
Every word of God is pure.
And he is a shield unto
He is
them
a shield unto them
that put their trust in him.
that put their trust in him. A buckler, a defense, a shield. Nowhere in the book we read about some shield of David.
No.
Some star of some David.
Never listen.
David never had a star.
David
That
never had
6-pointed star is a demonic symbol.
That's right.
See your name.
It's a demonic symbol. 5-point star. Demonic symbol.
6 points.
We didn't deal with symbols and emblems.
Right.
In Deuteronomy 4, it says, Temuna Kal Samel. Samel is an emblem. An emblem or symbol. We didn't deal with these things. Nowhere in the book said Israel dealt with 6-pointed stars. Why are we so hung up with these emblems? Why are we so hung up with these symbols? Why do Israelites use this 6-pointed star as the symbol for their camp? That's the head of Satan, man. That's a demonic symbol. A demonic symbol used by warlocks to cast off and to invoke spirits. That's what those symbols are for. Some sheep.
Add thou not unto his words,
He said, add thou not unto his word,
lest he reprove,
lest he reprove thee,
and thou be found a
and thou
liar.
be found a liar. We always adding on to God's word. We read and see something else and say this is what it is. Or I read this over here and say, man, it don't mean that. How you gonna tell the book what it don't mean?
Oh, no, that's not what it means, brother.
The book has its own meaning. When we read, it has its own meaning and it means what it says.
It don't mean that. Let me
It don't
explain
mean
it to you.
that. Let me explain
Mhm.
it. Now this guy has become what's the word? Inspired by God to explain the word of God. When guess what? The book has its own explanation. It's right there. You're reading it. Right there. You read the explanation.
Then you say
You're reading it. Has its own explanation.
It's a command for.
That's it. Leave it for what it says. Leave it for what it says. Keep it the way it is. Don't add on and don't take away. That's why we can never come together, because everybody is doing these laws on their own way. Their own way. It would be beautiful if we all could have one camp.
Yeah.
All of us in one camp. That never happened. That ain't gonna never happen. Come see.
2 things have I required
He
of
said,
thee.
2 things are required of thee.
Deny me them not
Don't
before I
deny
die.
me.
Remove far from me vanity and lie.
Remove far from me vanity.
That's what
Vanity. Falsehood.
God willing.
You know what vanity is? You can't do God's law being full of vanity. You can't do the laws of God being vain. Because by me being vain is what keep me from doing things that is lawful and right by God. This is why I don't do this. This is why I don't do the other. Because I'm vain. Because I'm vain and I'm worried about how you looking at me. I'm worried about how you seeing me. But I'm not worried about how God is looking at me. He said, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither
poverty nor riches.
Don't make me poor. And don't make me rich.
Feed me
With food convenient for me. Feed me with food convenient for me. Just enough. Read.
Lest I be full.
Lest I be full.
Deny thee.
Lest I be full and I deny thee. You give a dude $1 million, he done forgot God. Give him 2-3 million, he done forgot God. Now he think it's all about himself. Why do you think they asked these things? Why do you think they said what they said? Because that is the natural characteristics of men. Once they get up and get full, they forget God. That's right. You won't forget God. Come see.
They forget only God and man.
That's right.
There's same goodness to this.
That's right.
They forget the man that did good unto them.
That's right.
They forget. And to look at you and say you ain't nothing.
That's right.
They forget you, man. I don't forget people that do me good and say, well, I can't.
That's right.
You have to remember it.
Come see.
Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my God in vain.
Lest I be poor and steal and take thy name in vain. Come on. Take the name of God in vain. If I read.
Accuse not a servant unto his master.
Accuse not a servant. Slander not a servant unto his master. To slander means to defame that man's character. Defamation of character. Come see.
Unless he curse thee, and thou be found guilty. There is a generation that curses.
Slander not a servant unto his master. Why you over here talking against me to my master? Or you talking against me to my father? Trying to, what are you trying to do? Build a wedge or some type of, do you really think my father is going to turn on me 1,000%? Huh? That's what you're trying to do?
That's your ritual, man.
That's what you want. That's what you want him to do. So why you say certain things? Why you avoid certain things? See, one thing we need to, you know what this means here? Certain things you gotta stay out of. Fact. Certain things you need to mind your business.
Or you lose your vida.
Why do you slander or accuse a servant unto his master? Stay out of that. Leave that between the master and the servant.
Leave that between the father and the son.
Leave that between the father and his son.
Or lose your life. Come on, man. There's a generation that curses their father.
There is a generation that curses their who?
Their father.
That curses their father. And that's this generation. Yep. That is this generation. But guess what? It doesn't mean curse. The word for curse, it says qualel. Yiqualel. Yiqualel means slight, trifling, swift, unimportant, or light. Slight means to neglect. There is a generation that neglects their father. To neglect. To neglect means to give little attention to.
No good, man.
To
We
give
all need to check that out.
To give little attention to.
No good.
Okay?
No good.
And that's this generation. Jacob had 12 sons. They didn't neglect Jacob. They didn't neglect his 12 sons didn't neglect their father. They gave attention to their father by taking how did they give attention? By taking care of his needs. Jacob didn't have to go to the field. They took care of that. When it was time to get food in Egypt, they went and took care of that. And it was all around. And they was there. It was around. It was there. So when we read the book and read these laws, that's how we learn what honor is. This is how you learn what honor is. I can't pick up the dictionary and read the honor out of here. I gotta read. Yeah, you can read it out of here, yeah. But the main source, you're gonna see the action right inside this book. You see it right here.
You're gonna see your own action.
That's right.
Well, your father and your mother. Me, I was around them at all times. My mom and my father. I was so damn bad, we're missing. My papa tied me up with a key, man. He beat me with a wire. Oh, had me bleeding. The rules, I'm sitting there. You go to work, you go to the doctor. I want the doctor on 2 in the morning. I'm up in the bed, waiting for him. He come and look at me and say, what's up? I said, what happened? So I said, go fishing. Because I come, my back is swollen. I beat king. I have been a king, no belt. There's no belt, rubber hose. And he goes in the shower with it first. He didn't play, man. And I will listen. When he come out, my back is still swollen, sore. Because I couldn't. He said, yeah, come on. I'm going to fish with my pops. I'm going to fish with him all the time. Yeah, the only one. But I'm going all the damn time. I'm going fishing with him all the time. All the time. It's like the wood. Right there with my mom's too. Like we're both of them. When my father died, I went to work, helping my mom get us home to eat. And when I made 5 cents an hour. After that, I got a raise. 10 cents an hour. I have to kill yourself to get $1. I went and doing that stuff in the county. I was doing that W stuff. My uncle was giving it to me. I know my pop had to do with meeting my uncle. My uncle dead. He told my uncle, at the appointed time, I'm gonna meet for you, I'm gonna wait for you at the gates. And my uncle was going to the graveyard. So I'm gonna be waiting for you at the gates. And at that same time, my uncle died. My uncle died, man. I was doing the same thing, my pops. Doing anything to kill me, son. Kill me. Came to me, I think, to me, so he said, leave me alone. He said, leave me alone. Give me rest. Give me warm. Told my mom said, she told me, leave me alone. I left him alone. But my uncle, you ain't warm, my uncle. You ain't warm, my uncle. He told my uncle, said, I'm waiting for you. At the gates, at the graveyard. On a particular day. And that day, my uncle died. He was in the sick man. He was fell out. You know what I mean?
Right.
He didn't do me like that. He told me to leave him alone. And that was my warning. He told me that, I left him alone. I left him alone. Well, my pops alive right now. He's in that room with me, so I'm in there with him. I'm in there with him. Let me tell you a lot of stories. My mama alive, she in there with me too. Right there with me. On the land, man.
Since there's a generation, it also means to kneel. And do not kneel to their mother. He said there was a generation are pure in their own eyes.
Yeah, that's not what?
Kneel.
Kneel
To who?
to his mother.
Can you do it and get your points? You ain't got what do to me. I read it to me. You don't read it was a do to your father, right?
No.
You don't get your points. Get your points. Solomon sitting on his throne, and his mom came in to see. He said, Solomon stood up. What? Get down. Get down. Bow to his mom. And he said, no, we got that.
He said there is a generation that does not bless their mother, that does not kneel to their mother.
I said, well, get with it.
I was gonna say,
Nothing. He advertised it. Let me. If you want. So they speak up to the mama. Solomon did it to his mama right along.
right.
Knowing the stuff, Solomon David, right?
Yeah.
Proverbs.
That's Proverbs.
Proverbs. They're speaking about the same thing. Speaking about the same thing. And for me, it was a good. For me, I'm talking about flesh. We didn't flesh it, we talk, right?
No.
We flex.
No.
We didn't flex. We got you. You get down. Hello? Shalom, if you are you. That's what someone did.
That's right.
Boom! You know, so you guys got to get down to do that.
Part of that generation.
You got to get down, you have to break
But
it.
that's what's gonna separate you against out of that slot.
There you
We gotta do things.
There you
You gotta
go.
do things.
There you go. You got to break that
Right.
tie.
You gotta do things so God can look at you and say, not him.
You have to,
You're not part of that.
you have to
You are
break
doing-
away.
Because we are,
You have to break away.
that's right. You're doing things that the generation doesn't do.
Don't do.
You're doing things that people don't do. You're doing things that will cause you to stick out with us as a sore thumb in the eyes of God. By knowing this time, he said, no one was righteous in his generation. In his generation. You gotta do listen, in order to gain favor in the eyes of God, in this generation, in these times, we gotta do things that the world don't do. The world's not doing it, oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, the people ain't doing this, oh, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
Because by me doing these things,
Yeah.
that's what's gonna cause me
Yeah.
to stick out.
Okay, you
Like
make
a
that
sore thumb.
you make that look like this year.
Double take. Boom. Look at you. That's right.
And the goons, the criminals,
That's right.
do the same thing.
That's right.
Oh, brother, that's what you want.
That's what you want.
Yes, sir. Draws attention.
That's right.
But you ain't gonna draw attention to these fools.
No.
You gotta start doing them things.
You gotta start doing the things that's gonna cause God to look at you.
That's right. Draw the attention of the heavens upon.
That's right.
Next thing you know, it's separated.
Mm-hmm.
Separated. Put them over here. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That, all of that was bought.
You heard, man?
Yeah.
That was probably good mention about
I was studying.
30, yeah?
Yeah.
You mean, you what you about meetings in the morning?
So Barek means blessing, also means deal.
Oh, it was leaving, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. My damn, I can't go and leave, I was trying to listen to the tapes. No, I ain't got no breakdown in there for you, you know what I'm saying? I was listening to that, and I was going about the tape. Yeah, I was 30, huh?
Okay.
Shit, man. Go for it, man. Go for it. Go for it and turn this game around. You could deliver yourself from the pit. That's the sound. Turn the game around. Now, you, your child? And you ever speak to your mother or your pops and things? I don't know, I never heard you talk to your pops on the phone, but.
By the time I call him to sleep,
Your mother, though.
right.
I heard you talk to your mom on the phone.
I talk to
I
my father.
know you talk to your papa, but I've never heard you.
Right.
I heard you talk to your mother. You more respectful. Keep it that way, son. Your mother blessing will take you a long way. Your mother and your father rock with you and bless you. You gone. You good. That will deliver you of any sin. You know, right, son?
That's right.
That's what deliver the Rockabites. These niggas was heathen, they eat blood. But God says, nah, man. And he said, because they what? They honor their father command. That's all they do. And that got the name. He said, do them all.
The word Israelite.
No, they were Canaanites.
What the Hebrews,
They
they
were
observed the Shabbat.
Canaanites.
They ain't keep, they ain't do none of that. They were the one thing you did.
They observe the father command. A generation. Like the father tell you, don't build no house with intent, you did it. Right? You know, your son, Dino and Amala, you raise him up the same way. He said, listen, my father told me this, so I'm telling you this. Now they're going on to hear my grandfather now. This is my grandfather said, he said, they're rocking with that. You dead and gone. And they continue it on. They're still going. Dino and Amala passed on to their sons. Okay, Dino and Amala dead. Dino and Amala's sons carried it on.
Beautiful. That's what God likes.
That's what got the meaning of it. That's what got the meaning, son. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have to rock with it and you gotta keep pumping yourself up, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want to serve the God right, you gotta keep pumping, you gotta pump your own self
Keep myself
up. And speak highly about yourself. Because the people look at you and say you ain't doing nothing. And everybody in the world downgrade what God said.
That's right.
Nobody with it, son. Even the Israelites, they ain't with it, man. They ain't with it. Thanksgiving coming, they go, and they're gonna be eating turkey, son. They ain't with it, man.
It will be stuff.
So you gotta pump yourself up. Pump yourself up to keep this dance going on. To keep the train, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep it going. Keep it going. Because we ain't gonna be here forever. The day gonna come, when they gonna leave here. You don't know when it is. I don't want no problem with them down here. You know what I'm saying? There's a crew down here. And the drummer, the black bull and everything. God got one too. The drummer hook, with the long black, God got one too. He got one of them. He rock one of them also. He rock one of them also. He rock one of them also. I knew it was him. I knew it was him. They were sitting very high.
Higher than everybody.
Higher than everybody. When I look up, they were tapping them. Tapping them. It was very high. You're sitting down there, you know, very, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I got this.
Yeah.
And you got the mallet right there, the judge's mallet was right there. So they had to be God. And the rest of them around them. The black road, the black hood, you know what I'm saying? You gotta keep pumping yourself up. Other than that, this what I'm talking about, the real life, the book that will fade. That will fade out of your head. It will fade out of my head. Because there's more of the other side than that.
That's right.
You don't hear people walking around talking that.
No.
They talk the other side. That all wicked stuff and all the parties and then they talk that book. You put on your radio, that's what you hear. You put on the TV, that's what you hear. You don't hear no Bible and boo, right? You know what I'm saying? You don't hear that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of the wicked than that.
Right.
So it's not a problem for it to fade out of your head. I tell you right now, it's easy to fade out of your head.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta keep yourself pumped up. It's easy to fade out of your head. Because more people talking the opposite than that. And it will fade. It will fade, man. It will fade. You don't want that. You don't want that. God, y'all are good, bro. But then, yeah, you enjoy about 4:30 or something. 4:40? Yeah, 4:40. Time's up right now. 5:50, man. 5:50. Tonight you go back, right? Yes, Saturday.
Tonight, yeah, go back tonight.
I wish you'd stop doing that. I wish you'd stop doing that. Huh?
You don't do this in Europe?
Yeah, but you got states down south that don't do it.
So we up here in the north.
Yeah, up in the north, yeah. Hey, leave it the way it is, it'll be better, right? I got that money ready to say that.
Daddy gonna rise on Facebook.
Big Jerusalem, we don't face the east.
No.
They say, what that was? They said, turn to the east and worship the sun. Ezekiel. So they turn to the east, face the east and worship the sun. Worship the sun. I'm too young to be done. You got that?
Okay.